What's up, social media? So, times are changing. What is wealth and wisdom to you? What kind of leaders do you want? I'm taking a break from social media right now to decompress. And as you see, I'm picking up trash. Um, just to, that's my thing. Because this is part of an action that you can take instead of waiting for someone to do it for you, or praying it away, or meditating it away, or not that those, I'm not knocking those situations, but stop waiting and take direct action. This is a legal, nonviolent direct action, and uh, during this pandemic, times are hard, and you know the human brain isn't optimized for um, the situation that we have right now. My brain was trying to kill me. Our brains aren't our friends usually. They tell us to, um, you know, over. You can just ask any evolutionary psychologist or whatever they are, biologist or anthropologist. But is this going to be our uh, legacy? Look at this. It's ridiculous that there's so much trash like this. And I just engaged some kids coming out of a school, and they asked me what I was doing. And I said, I'm just giving back to the planet that takes care of us, because we're so far removed from nature and from what actually where we live. It's incredible that we've got something on Mars, but we could use that here too. So um, hopefully there will come a time when we get leadership that's not hyperbolic and social media that we reward people for behaving and not for tribalism and insults. Um, that's what I'm striving for. And I was going to retreat from politics completely. I kind of gave up on it because it's toxic and it makes you grumpy all the time and whatever. But if you can engage in the political sphere, that's what we want. And because I was listening to the Daily Stoic podcast, so shout out to them. I was listening to the Daily Stoic podcast, and they were talking about how we don't actually want um, the mindful political people to, or the compassionate political people to retreat completely from politics, because then we're left with um, marginalized and um, ostracized communities. And that's probably, in regards to something like the people that stormed the Capitol, obviously that was wrong, and I don't condone that behavior at all. But those people were, um, Trump was their guy or whatever, and they ended up becoming so marginalized and so censored that um, it literally made them drive from their homes and engage in illegal, violent activity. So that's what social media and censorship has done, and the current political climate. So we need a more mindful, present, compassionate, and uh, uh, political and social contract. And how we incentivize that, I do not know. I'm just here to show you that you can do actions like this, like hashtag one piece of trash a day. Pick up one piece of trash that's not yours a day. Stuff like that. But how do we incentivize it? How do we get someone to do that? I'm not quite sure. I think that if you care enough about this planet and about what's happening to this planet, then you should just do what I'm doing. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm on the side of the road, but whatever. I'm a grown ass man. I can handle it. Needless to say, I don't see many people doing this, but I did get these kids to do it, so that was pretty cool. So, anyways, that's what we need to think about: is how do we create alternative, equal, and peaceful systems that aren't profiting off of the addiction and misery of others, and wars and weapons, etc. But they're profiting off of compassionate ideals and giving back to those that need it, and incentivizing others to help clean up the planet and lower their carbon footprint. I think that starts with the individual. So on a personal basis, I think you need to listen to others that tell you that there's the Stoic path, the mindfulness Vipassana meditative path. There's several paths that you can take that are will kind of get you into the groove of compassion and caring and altruism. And I took a break from social media to get some sort of mental equanimity back, because it's so ridiculous, and I was into it too hardcore. Not hard. I was into it hardcore, like mentally. I was just tweeting or posting things on Instagram, but still, I don't know. I wasn't doing it the correct way. So we need to incentivize a little less tribalism, a little more compassion and listening to one another. And it starts within the individual, and we need to eventually get creative artists and the type to start coming up with solutions, not for Mars rovers or another satellite to spy on another country, but to help get carbon out of the air and help with the permafrost melting. There's no doubt about it. We are there. Human accelerated climate change is a real thing, and you can't argue with that. What can you do? How can you contribute for your species? Because you are part of a species, regardless of the border lines that have been drawn. We are brothers and sisters, and we need to lift each other up. And I hope that resonates with some of you, because you don't have to be violent. You don't have to be intrusive or loud and obnoxious and insult people, but you can be, you can take direct, democratic, legal, nonviolent action, and it's done just like I'm doing right now. So, what do you guys think? How can we incentivize actions that are good for the community, good for the planet? How can we incentivize that? Let me know. Hashtag one piece of trash a day. The Future of Calendars podcast. See ya.